Hi, I'm Bill Woodard, and this is Janie Pettigo with me, and we're up here at the Overlook just above Cordell Hull Dam, and we're glad that you've joined us for today's session. Got a lot going on, don't we, Janie?
I'm telling you, we do, and this is just one of the prettiest settings I have ever seen for one of these shows, except for the fact that it's kind of chilly today, but it is beautiful up here at the Overlook.
Oh, yeah, and if you don't have, if you've never had a chance to come up here, it would be a good thing for you to just walk up the ramp and look around, and we're just above the Bear Walla Gap hiking trail. It's 5.5 miles. Goes down to the marina, and we just did that last weekend with a group of the youth leadership. There was 12 young ladies and some adults, and we hiked that, and it was a lot of fun.
Wow.
Yeah.
My goodness. Well, I'm impressed because just the walk up to the Overlook is pretty intense at moments.
Yeah.
But
Tom had to carry me up.
I heard that. I heard that happened, but well, you'll get in better shape. You just try that a few more times, you'll be there.
I'm going to do that.
For sure.
We're going to talk about the Christmas parades at both the cities this time. We're also going to talk about, you've got one of your quilt show winners here.
I do. We're going to talk about her quilts and some others.
Right, and then we've got a lady from the Drug Coalition is going to be here with us. And then we've got Miss Cindy Hawkins is coming to talk about the foster children program and what they're doing. And then I've got some listings of what's going on in Granville. So we've got a lot of things that we're going to talk about in this show. So I guess we'll just get started.
Yeah, I tell you what, if you don't want to watch this, then you won't get fired up for the holidays because we've got lots and lots of stuff to tell you about that's coming up that's going to be exciting before Christmas. So
yeah, and I'm really excited about it. Janie wouldn't let me wear my Christmas tie though. So
that's in December, right?
Oh,
right?
That's what they said. So anyway, we'll be with you here just with another interview shortly.
Okay.
All right.
I am really excited. We have a special guest with us today. I have with me Miss Anna Mae Langford, who is also one of my FCE members here in Smith County. And she has a wonderful talent that was actually really on display at the Granville Quilt Show, right, Miss Anna Mae?
It was this fall.
You had, I guess you were the winningest person at our show from our county, I guess. And by the way, before I forget to tell you this, Smith County had more entries than Wilson, Putnam, Overton, and Jackson County. So, woohoo, go Smith County. Let me tell you a little bit about the Granville Quilt Show. It's held the first Saturday in October. And Miss Anna Mae was actually, what, 2 years ago or a year ago, you were featured as the...
In 2012.
In 2012.
I displayed 10 quilts, and most of them are queen size, but and I enjoy doing it when I can.
Now, what's really interesting about this story is that Anna Mae did not even start quilting until after her retirement from teaching. Is that right?
Right.
What year was that?
I retired, I believe, in 1992, and I had taught first grade, but I'd saved material all those years, so I got to put them to good use.
Now, what inspired you to quilt?
I had just always loved color, the colors and putting them together. It's like paper dolls, I guess, from a long time ago. But,
well, you have brought some of your winning quilts from the Granville Quilt Show, and we always go there because it's better to go somewhere where the wheel's already been invented than to invent your own wheel somewhere else when it's already happening. So our quilters go down there to display their quilts and see who can win. And as I said, Anna Mae was a very big winner. So tell us about your wins. I guess we'll start with this quilt right here.
This is the oldest one I brought, and when I first did it, I couldn't stand to send it off anywhere, so I didn't enter it. But this year I carried it to, or had it sent to Granville, and I think I did this one in 97 and 98. It took me about a year, but Wayne was going to throw away his neckties, and when he piled them down, they were such pretty bright colors.
Let me see if I can hold this up so folks can see some of these neckties.
Bow tie pattern, and
you can see here.
I decided to add the stars and stripes to go with the colors, and I get sort of carried away with colors, but that's the fun part of it, is getting it to blend and go together.
Okay.
And then this next one is an applique.
Let me move some of my papers here. out of
This
the way.
one was,
This is beautiful. Now, this
It's,
just recently won at our regional competition,
did.
too, and it's going to state next week.
not this one.
Not this one?
I,
Oh, okay.
I have it in the car. I didn't even
Okay.
bring it out, but I have another one I'll send to the state next week.
What did this one win?
This was a second in applique up at Granville.
Okay.
But I've gotten blue ribbons on it at the district and a regional, we call it.
I think what's
FCE
really
regional.
pretty about this is the edging.
I
A
call it
scalloped edge.
sawtooth. I don't know what it, but you fold your material and it's done. And I used it again in the next one over there. That
All right, let's look at this one. I think my papers have scattered, but that's
we'll
okay. We'll
help
find them.
pick them up in a minute.
Let me just say one more thing before we go any further on these quilts. The interesting thing about Anna Mae's quilts is that they're all hand done. And
I
many
tried
people
to-
today use machines, don't
Right. I did, when I get to the top over there, I did piece it with the machine, but I'll hand quilt it.
Right.
But I hand pieced and hand quilted these. And I got almost to the end of this one. It's the Dresden plate, but then it had this fancy way of putting them together. And when I got ready to do the border, I wanted a piece that I didn't have in my collection, so I looked and looked before I found one with a little purple in it.
they? That's pretty. It really is
And-
beautiful.
And again, I used the sawtooth folding material for the border.
And this one would be almost as pretty on the back side as the front side.
To me, all of them, if you want to look at quilt and turn it over on the back and
Yes.
look at the back of
That's
it.
how you can tell a good quilter, I think, if it looks as good on the back as it does in the front.
Right.
This is gorgeous right here. So many people have gone to machine quilting for the quilting aspect of it.
Right.
And so I appreciate the fact that you have so much that you have done by hand. And this is beautiful. Now, what's this pattern?
It was in an old work basket book, and they had different states had a block.
Uh-huh.
And this one was called Miami Beach for some reason. I couldn't figure it out. I call it
Well,
Superstar.
I love
I made
it.
my own title.
Now, this one won in the quilt top category.
Right, at
So-
Granville.
And of course, it has a patriotic feel to it as well. But I just want to say congratulations to you.
Thanks, thanks.
And as I said, she'll be going on to state competition in the FCE Cultural Arts Contest. She'll be going
have-
next week to Franklin, Tennessee.
Right.
So we'll find out. You just might have to be on the show
We'll
next
see.
time too.
That one is it's a common pattern that I've got. That requirement says it has to be done the year before, so
Okay.
I've got it ready, but it's a grandmother's flower garden, and but it's a common pattern. Everybody, it's not as pretty maybe as some of the other.
Oh, I think they're all beautiful. Well, let me also congratulate some of our other winners in Smith County. In antique quilts, receiving second place was Viona Atkinson, third place Judy Beckwith, both from Smith County. In the hand quilted, of course, we've seen Anna Mae's entry for first place. Aaron Parchman got second place, and Dorothy Searcy, who was entered under Smith County, got third. In machine quilted, Viona Atkinson got third place. And in quilt tops, Anna Mae, this was the one you got first place in. And Aaron Parchman got third place in the quilt top category. Hope I don't lose my papers again. We'll have to see if I can hang on to them. In patriotic quilts, Anna Mae got first place again. I told you she was a winner. And in patriotic quilts that were machine quilted, Jennifer Burns got first place. In applique quilts, Anna Mae got third place, which she showed you that one. And in holiday seasonal quilts that are machine quilted, Maggie Klinke received second place from Smith County. And in wall hangings that are hand quilted, Maggie got first place. Maggie's one of our new FCE members here in the county. We're really thrilled to have her. In wall hangings that are machine quilted, we have Viona Atkinson. She got second and third place in that one. And so we do allow more than one quilt entry from a person in each category. And I think that was all of our Smith County winners, but we were just thrilled to death to have all of our winners. And also, we're glad you got to come today, Miss Santa Mae.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for sharing your beautiful creations with us.
Thanks. It's fun.
Yes, it is.
Thank you.
Well, we're back, and I've got Miss Cindy Hawkins here with me, and she's going to tell us about the foster children's event that's going on here in December. And so, Cindy, thank you for coming up and
Thank you
talking
for
with us.
asking me.
Yeah, and well, just in general, give us a description of what the event is.
This is something that we have tried. We started in 1994 to raise money at Christmas time for the foster children. And this helps the children have a little more extra Christmas than they normally would have. And there were no funds back in 1994, so Digger Poindexter started this, and another lady that was at DCS. And every year we've had one, and we have made good money on it to where the children can have extra money at Christmas time.
Okay, well now, Mr. Poindexter, I know he helps with it, and you say DCS helps with it. The gifts then, they bring toys to that, and there's also a fundraising section of this, right?
We're asking for businesses to donate anything. Somebody asked what a church could donate, and we told them Bibles, and they could be auctioned off. Gift cards, anything that anybody wants to donate. And if we have an ask, they can come by Smith County Bank and leave it with me. And we have talked to Todd and Angela Skurlock at Safeway. They're going to have the food ready for us. And if we need anything extra, just call them and they'll bring it to us. That's a big help. And you're not able to see the foster children, but from DCS and the ones that talk about it, you just should see their smiles.
Well,
One year we had one that wanted an electric guitar, but that was kind of out of our range there.
Yeah, yeah. Well, so this is actually an auction that you have there at the Ag Center, and the money that's gained through the auction and through the food sales that you have there, that goes toward buying these gifts and things for the children.
Smith County foster children only. The money that's raised is for Smith County foster children.
Well,
and
that's
it stays in this county.
Well, and I know I was in a meeting, and Mr. Poindexter was, always says, call me Digger. So Digger was talking about this, and Digger said that it was foster and needy children. So,
Right.
So you're not really cutting anybody out of this.
No.
Okay,
He
that's
has
wonderful.
several, Digger's really good about this. He has several children every year that don't get nothing. So we had agreed to let him have a portion of this, but it still is Smith County children.
Okay, well now, it's going to be on the day of the Gordonsville Parade, and I think that's a wonderful thing because you got people that are in town already, and then they can just come right over to the Ag Center. Now,
Right.
the parade starts, I'm told, at 5 o'clock, so that means you're probably going to be serving food somewhere around the 5 to 5:30 starting that, but really, you're going to have your Santa Claus. I believe you're talking about maybe having the Santa Claus that's in the Gordonsville Parade be at the Ag Center there about 6:30 or
Right.
something like that after the parade?
After the parade, we have talked to Santa, and he kind of pondered over, but he decided he could come and it was going for a good cause and that he would make it.
Okay, so if you've got a child out there and you want him to see Santa Claus, it's December the 7th. And he's going to be at the Ag Center right after the Gordonsville Parade. And is there anything, what's the menu?
We're having barbecue. Our ladies at DCS are having 4 different kinds of pintos, white beans. We're having hoe cakes, a lot of desserts, drinks. That's tea or coffee or whatever. And then for children, we have hot dogs, potato chips, and that's for adults too. There's a lot but we've got food, and instead of stopping at a restaurant on your way, bringing the children to see Santa, just plan to stay and spend the night with us, at least 8:30 or 9.
Okay.
And what we're going to do, I do need to bring this up, we're going to have different singers at the auction. We're going to let them sing a while, have an auction for a little while, and just kind of break it up.
So you'll have some entertainment there, and then you'll be doing the auction and interspersed in between.
Right.
And then you'll sell all the items. And Digger, I did say Digger. Digger said that at the end of it, when you have food that's left over and the drinks and stuff, you go ahead and auction all that off. And so that way, it's a complete 100% fundraiser for this event.
And it's very, of course, it's very enlightening to see the people that come. People you hadn't seen in a long time, and I can't wait to see Santa. I'm just so proud that he said he would make a special trip since it was special for special children.
That's wonderful. Well, we're looking forward to that. December the 7th at the Ag Center. They're going to start feeding at 5 o'clock. The parade starts at 5 o'clock, so if you go to the parade, drop by there afterwards. It may be on your way home, actually. So stop by and help the foster kids out, and maybe you'll get that bargain you're looking for at that auction. Thanks. Well, we're back up here at the Overlook, or well, actually, we never left, I guess. Anyway, we're at the Overlook, and this is Miss Denise Givens, and she's going to tell us about the Carthage Parade. And so, Denise, I know you're with the Carthage Lions Club, and they're doing it in conjunction with the open house this year. And by the way, there's something I'd like to say at the beginning and the end of the interview. The parade and the open house are December the 1st. The open house is from 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock, and the parade starts at 5 o'clock, and it will be going through town, and the parade will end at the historic courthouse. And we'll give you that date and time again. And if you see anything to the contrary of that, it's because in prior years we've been doing it on a Monday night, and
That's
I think
correct.
a lot of people were expecting that. So remember that December the 1st, which is a Sunday, and it'll be in the afternoon, and we're going to have a lot of fun there. So Denise, tell us about the Lions Club Parade.
Well, we've done it for several years now, Bill, and we start down at what used to be the old Robert Shaw building that they've now torn down, and we're going to start. We'll have the gates open around 3 so people can start lining up the floats in the horses. We have a little of all in the parade. We're hoping to have the Shriners again this year, and it'll start at 5 and go through town, and we end with Santa Claus at the courthouse.
Okay, well now, if I wanted to put a float in the parade, what do I do? I have to fill out a lot of forms, or do I make a phone call? What do I do to get a float in the parade?
You just make a phone call to Community Bank, either Gordonsville or Carthage, and they'll take the information. We'll get you already have you lined up before you ever get there.
Okay, and if you forget that, you can call the chamber and we'll tell you the number to call. But that's the ones that are taking care of it is Community Bank.
That's correct.
And so either branch, and I think their number is easy to remember. It's either 735 or 683, and then it's 3990. Is that right?
3990. That's correct.
Yeah.
That's
Okay,
correct.
so that's easy to remember. Well, now, in the parade, I know you line up down at Robert Shaw, and you're probably going to line up about 5. If somebody wanted to see the parade, they need to get on Highway 25 there at the turn, and
That's
then
correct.
anywhere down that way, all the way up, go by McDonald's and up Main Street.
That's correct.
And to the courthouse.
That's
then.
correct.
Okay.
That's the same route we take each year. And then it'll end back. Everything but Santa Claus will end back at Robert Shaw. So people can pick up their children that are on the floats or come down there to help people load their floats up at the end. And we'll be giving away 3 prizes, first, second, and third place.
Okay.
And we'll have both bands, hopefully, and we're going to have a great time.
Yeah, I know it's going to be wonderful. Santa Claus is stopping at the courthouse, and he's going to go inside and set up his Carthage outpost, I guess.
That's right. That's right. And we're
Yes.
going to have candy canes and hot chocolate and all those kind of things for the
Okay,
kids.
and if I tell him what I want for Christmas, you're pretty sure I'll get it?
I sure hope so. I'm going to tell him what I want.
Okay, well, that's a wonderful thing then. Well, the Carthage Parade, December the 1st at 5 o'clock for the parade,
Correct.
1 p.m. to 4 p.m. for the open house. And if you want to line up, they probably need to line up a little early, don't they?
Yeah, they do. That's the reason we'll open at 3. They can begin lining up, and then the parade's going to start right at 5 o'clock, right after the Santa run.
Yeah, okay, yeah. We're going to have a Santa run, and, there can't be but one Santa Claus. So actually, it's going to be people pretending to be Santa, and they're going to wear their hats or their reindeer antlers. I've heard one runner is talking about dressing up like a Christmas present. So it's going to be quite a sight to see as they run around through there. So if you see all the Santa hats and reindeer antlers coming along, you'll
Absolutely.
know the parade's about to start.
That's right.
Well, Denise, thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Barbara Knappel with the Drug Coalition has come by, just happened to be passing by the Overlook, and
Yeah,
she had an announcement she wanted to give us. So, Barbara, I'll just turn it over to you.
Okay, thank you. It's good to be with you, Bill. I just wanted to let our community know and be aware of our Smith County Drug Prevention Coalition monthly meeting. It's always on the second Wednesday of each month, so that's coming up next Wednesday, the 13th, November 13th, and we always have it at the Chamber of Commerce at 8:30 in the morning. So the coalition is a community-wide coalition, and we just want to invite parents and law enforcement, healthcare workers, everybody that's concerned about the substance abuse issues we have in the community. Also, I do want to say thank you to Sheriff Steve Hopper. He just completed our 4th annual Drug Take Back Day, and folks were able to drop off their medicines that were unused or unwanted and get those in a safe way to be disposed of. So our law enforcement is a very important part of the Drug Coalition. So we're thankful for all that they do. And actually, folks can drop off. We have drop-off boxes at the Sheriff's Department and at the Carthage Police Department. So that's a convenience for people also to be sure that medicines don't get in the hand of someone that could abuse them or be injured by them in some way.
Well, I was just about to ask you, some people may say, well, why do I even need to do that? I can just bury it in the backyard or flush it or throw it out in the river or something like that. Why would people not want to do that? I think that's a good question.
Yes, actually the DEA is asking us to dispose of them properly, so we don't want to throw them away where they could get in someone else's hands or maybe pollute a water supply. So we don't want to flush them. They're asking us to dispose of them with law enforcement, and then they're actually taken to an incinerator and disposed of properly.
So that they can't get into the water supply or anything like that. Well, that's a good thing. Well, I thank you for coming by and telling us that. Is there anything else going on that you need to talk about?
Right now, I think we're good, but I hope to see you at our meeting.
Okay, I'll plan to be there. Thank you very much, Barbara.
You know, I remember last year, Bill, when we had the Christmas open house and everything. It was so much fun, and it just really got me in the Christmas spirit. And this year, ours takes place when?
December the 1st.
All right, let's tell everybody about it. I'm so excited.
Okay, well, I've got a little list here that I'm going to just go down through the events.
Okay.
And if you got a question about anything, and I think maybe you're going to talk about one of them at length, but gingerbread decorating contest. And we'll have the viewing there December the 1st inside the courthouse, and that's always a big thing. Horse, I said it wrong. Horse
You're going to be hoarse after we leave here today because it's so cool.
Yeah, it's a little cool today. Horse-drawn carriage rides, and the timing on that, you'll have to look in the paper. It's going to be that evening, and they're going to be doing that around the square. And
probably after 4 o'clock.
Most likely after 4, because I know that the horse-drawn carriage is going to carry the mayor through the parade, and he may actually be there before and after the parade.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure what they've got worked out on that. Last year they had a live nativity scene, and we haven't gotten the word back on that yet, but I'm expecting that to be there.
Okay.
And so we're looking forward to that. Santa Claus, of course, is going to ride in the parade. When he arrives, he's going to set up his outpost there in the courthouse on the first floor.
Okay.
And he's going to be there to visit the children. And then our kickoff for our Community Festival of Lights contest is going to start that night. And what we're doing it a little bit different this year. Everybody decorates, and December the 1st is a little bit early. So what we're going to do is we're going to start the contest that night and list the entrants that we have up to that point.
Okay.
There will be a deadline on them to be able to enter their lights, and it's going to be countywide. It's not into any of the cities. It's countywide and in the cities. And we're going to pick a winner out of that, and there's like 3 categories. One category is going to be keeping Christ in Christmas. One is like the lights, and the other one is a theme-based, like hometown Christmas or old-fashioned Christmas.
Now, how do they register? If somebody's in our listening audience and they want to or in our viewing audience, how do they register for that?
They need to come by the Chamber of Commerce and pick up a form for that, and they can register for that right there at the Chamber of Commerce. And Miss Donna Jones at the Timberloft is one of the folks that's going to be heading this up, so you can also see her. And I know there will be prizes for the winners, and they're going to have a winner in each one of those categories. And again, it's county-wide. It's not just in the city limits, and we think it's going to be
That is so
good.
exciting to me, to get out in the car with friends and family and just go look at lights. And so if you enjoy lights as much as I do, please be sure. And if you like to decorate, then please be sure and come by and see Bill or go see Donna about getting information. But we want them to do that. That just really helps to make Christmas better for all of us.
Yeah, and come by the chamber. That would be the easiest place because we'll have the forms there and on the desk, and it'll be easy to pick up. And you can just give us a call, and we can tell you details about it. Also, we're planning on having a Letters to Santa booth, and we're having special performances of people that's going to sing. I know Terry Lynn Weaver's going to be there. We've got some other folks lined up that are going to be singing carols, and so we're going to have music and entertainment. And what's going to happen is open houses from 1 to 4. And that's when the businesses will be opening their shops up, and they'll have food and just kind of an appreciation for people that are coming by their places. Now, we're doing that a little bit different. Here in years past, they've just come in and got a ticket. Well, we're going to reactivate the Smith County Booster Association event that they used to do. Back years ago, you would go to a merchant and you would buy something and you would get a ticket for how much money that you spent. Well, we're going to do that, and they're going to get a ticket for every $5 that you spend at one of these participating merchants. You'll get a ticket, and you bring that ticket and you put it there in the barrel, and we're going to have a prize drawing there for that.
Like money?
Yeah, like money.
You need to be there.
And so we're going to have that on the square, and do business with these folks because they do a lot of things for the county. If it wasn't for these folks sponsoring things like the Christmas parade, we wouldn't be able to have that
That's
stuff.
exactly right.
And
We
so-
need to help our local businesses shop locally as much as possible. We've got a lot of neat shops on the square now, unique places, and actually they're very tourist oriented if you think about it, because many people like to travel to different towns and go through the little antique stores and the little, what some people call junk stores, but I think they're just novelty stores that have a lot of different things. Some things gently used,
Oh, yeah.
you know, so that's okay.
Yeah, well, that's a perfect way to put it, gently used, because I'll tell you, there's some real bargains out there, and you once you get it on, you can't tell.
That's exactly right.
You
That's
know,
exactly right.
A Versace is a Versace.
No matter where you bought it from. That's exactly
That's what
right.
they say.
All right, what else is
and
going
I don't
on?
even know what a Versace is.
I
I've
think
just
it's
heard
a
that.
designer or something, but anyway.
Anyway, we're going to have all that. They're going to be, let's see, Community Bank of Smith County is going to do hot chocolate, and then
I could use some right now.
Oh man, could we ever?
Woo.
It's a little cool up here. And then DTC, who, by the way, we want to say thank you very much to
Yes.
DTC for all they do. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be able to do these tapings. And they got this real sharp guy named Tom Duggan, who was on the front page of the DTC communications thing.
Ooh, and he's taping us right now.
Yeah, he
We're
is.
privileged.
And he's back there, and his face is turning red, but he's doing a good job.
I think
He's-
that's where his nose is cold. I
Oh,
don't
is that what it is? But anyway, he looked good on the magazine there. So if you didn't get one of those, you need to go and get one of those. But DTC, they really support the community, and we
Yes.
appreciate them very much. They're going to be doing specialty coffee there, and that's what's going on there at the Courthouse Square, and that'll be going on all during the event. And what happens is the parade will run from 5 until about 6 or something like that. And then we'll come there on the square. We'll have our Christmas tree lighting for the county Christmas
Oh,
tree.
that's beautiful.
And we'll have our entertainment going on, have our drawings. We'll announce the winners of the gingerbread house contest. And so we'll have a lot of things going on. So Christmas is going to be starting early in Smith County on December the 1st. Now, did you want to talk about the gingerbread house contest?
This year, I have the privilege, I guess.
Yes, the honor and
of-
privilege.
The honor and privilege of heading up the gingerbread house competition. And I've actually never made a gingerbread house, but they're beautiful. Last year we had a lot of great competition and a lot of entries. It was wonderful. Now, we have changed some of the rules this year to make it more simple, but we've also increased the prize money.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
wonderful. Yeah.
So let me tell them just a little bit about this.
Sure.
First of all, use your imagination and create your own masterpiece. We have different categories. For instance, in the adult category, that would be anyone that's 18 years old or older. And in the youth category, age 12 to 17. And then in the child category, we have ages 11 and under. So we have simplified it. We've taken it down to just 3 categories this year. Here's the good news. First place in each category gets $75, and I think we're going to have a few gifts to go along with that as well. And second place will get $50, and so why don't you try your hand? You just might be a winner this year. Now, here's the thing. We need you to fill out an entry form for us. The entry forms can be picked up at the Extension office, which is located at 125 Gordonsville Highway, Suite 300. We're right next to the Turner Citgo station, and we're in Suite 300. If you would prefer, you can stop by the Chamber of Commerce. You can pick up an entry form from them. Now, the entry form just has some questions about your entry, and also you do have to sign off that you will abide by the rules. And we do have a few rules that I want to talk to you about. So let me get my paperwork together here, and I want to tell you about some of these rules. First of all, to be eligible for the competition, you do have to sign off on this form. And it says that you will return your entry form before 5 o'clock on Friday, November 22nd. So if you're viewing this after that time, sorry. But Friday, November 22nd, by 5 o'clock, your entry form has to be at the Chamber of Commerce. Not your entry form. However, we will be taking your entries for the gingerbread houses that afternoon from 3 until 5 at the historic courthouse. So bring them right into the first floor. They're going to be displayed there. We're going to take all of our entries on Friday between 3 and 5 on November 22nd, and then we're going to take them again. For those of you who just want to work over the weekend and get your entry done, we'll take them on Monday morning, November the 25th, from 8 until noon. So bring them to the historic courthouse. However, your entry form, which is this form that I'm holding right here, must be to us by November 22nd by 5 o'clock. Your entry itself does not have to be to us until either Friday afternoon, November 22nd from 3 to 5, or on Monday morning between 8 and noon. Judging will take place at noon on Monday, November 25th. So we're going to have plenty of time to get everything decorated and nicely displayed for our open house, which is on December 1st. Now, your entries will be on display from 1 until 4 during the open house, the Christmas open house. So you can, after you get through shopping, if you're through shopping early, stop on into the courthouse or stop there first, look at all the entries, and then we'll be announcing our winners later in the evening. They will also be on display until 8 o'clock that night, and then they will be on display periodically as the courthouse is open throughout the holidays, and entries will be picked up on January the 3rd from 3 to 5 p.m. So if you don't pick it up on January 3rd from 3 to 5, we will be discarding your entry. So please be sure and pick it up. Let me also say this too, that we do have a few rules that I want you to be aware of as far as the gingerbread houses are concerned. First of all, while this is a gingerbread house contest, we don't limit it to just houses. You can construct a restaurant, you can construct a log house, you can construct an apartment building if you want to. We just want you to use your creativity and your imagination as you construct your entry, as long as you follow the rules and regulations. Now, we do reserve the right to refuse any entry that's inappropriate. So please keep everything in the right spirit of Christmas, if you would. Also, one other thing you need to know, well, a couple other things really. Your house itself and the base should not exceed 24 inches high by 24 inches wide by 24 inches long. So keep that in mind. We all have to have those same rules, so make sure you do that. The entry can be placed on a board base. Acceptable board bases are 1/2 inch or 3/4 inch plywood or cardboard. Just be careful if you do use cardboard. Make sure it's really sturdy and heavy duty. You must write your name, address, and age category on the underside of your base. So please be sure and do that before you get your entry done. You don't want to have to turn it upside down and look at it, because then you'll mess up. So also, with your gingerbread entry form, you must do a type description of your entry that lists all the features and materials that are used in the construction process. And in your description sheet, you must have the name of your gingerbread entry, your name, your address, and your age category. Please do not include your name in the gingerbread entry name. In other words, Bobby's Log House. Okay, we don't want you to add your name in there. Okay, just say Log House or whatever it might be. And then also, we had last year where it had to be entirely edible. We have changed that rule this year. It only has to be 90% edible. You can add lights. You can add furniture inside your gingerbread house or construction, whatever you construct. You can use candies, icings. You can use suckers with paper, candies with paper, whatever works for you. We do encourage you to make sure that you treat the edge of your board with ribbon or some other thing so that we don't just have a board that it's sitting on. We want it to look nice and pretty. Now, judging will be based on overall appearance, originality, creativity, difficulty, and precision. And the judges' decisions are final. And so anyway, we encourage you to enter this year's Gingerbread House Contest. I'm so excited about this. And it will be on December 1st during the Christmas open house and throughout the evening when we have the parade. We may close during that time. We haven't decided that yet for sure, but it will be open till 8 o'clock that night during the singing and Santa Claus and all that. So you'll want to come into the courthouse. You may think everything's happening outside. Come on into the courthouse. You want to see this.
There's a lot going on that night.
There is.
Yeah,
for
and
sure.
then moving on into the week, the very next week, of course, is the Gordonsville Parade, and we kind of mentioned it a little bit in some of the other segments. But Gordonsville Parade is going to be on the main street there in Gordonsville. It's going to start at 5 o'clock and go through the town. Now, if you want to be in the parade, you would need to contact the Gordonsville City Hall and talk to Miss Stacy Beller. Stacy has the forms there, and her and Mr. Larry Kilser also. They can give the forms to you, email them, or send them to you on a fax or however you need it, or you can go by and just pick it up. And they have some rules, and I don't have one of them in front of me, but they do have some rules and regulations that they follow during the parade. The parade is going to start there at the intersection where Dollar Store, Cornerstone Cafe, Citizens Bank.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to start there, and they're going to line up down the highway toward Hickman. And I think also if there's overflow, they use one of the church parking lots up there. But they're going to line up there, and then the parade's going to go downtown and go toward the center of town.
And
down
it starts at what time?
Starts at 5 o'clock.
And what day was it?
That was December the 7th.
December 7th for the Gordonsville Parade, December 1st for the Carthage Parade. Come to both of them. You'll enjoy it.
Yeah, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And then, of course, you can go by and see the folks there at the Ag Center that are putting on the foster children event.
A lot going on, and it's going to start early. I know it's the weekend of Thanksgiving, at least the Carthage Hometown Christmas celebrations, the weekend of Thanksgiving that Sunday. But hey, everybody's going to be off. It's going to be fun. I can't wait.
The December 1st one, that's the weekend of Black Friday, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
So,
yes, it
ladies, all you got to do is just get right out of your car. I mean, you'll be getting off the interstate there about the time that things are starting.
That's true. That is exactly true. Boy, I can't wait. I love that Christmas tree lighting. It's just something about it that just gets your spirit in the mood, you know?
Well, and that was one of the reasons we wanted to do it the time that we're doing it. December, that's the time to celebrate and be with your family and enjoy your children and hunt deer. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but we're up here at the Cordell Hull Dam reservation, I guess you'd say.
Do you think they're aiming at us?
I don't think so.
They're saying,
hope
get
not.
off our mountain up here.
But I've heard 2 shots since we've been here, and so there's a lot of things to do in Smith County, and hunting and fishing is one of them,
That's
which is
correct.
a good segue to go into. There's the 3rd shot.
There you go.
Evidently, he's not very good at it. But I don't know. They're going to show you some footage, but we're here at the Cordell Hall Lake.
Yes.
and you can see the lock and the dam and the lake coming down, and this is one of the finest bass fishing lakes that there is. And you've got the marina up here at Defeated Creek. You've also got the marina at Granville, and there's a lot of good things to do just on the lake here. Also got a very nice visitor center just down here at the base of where we're at. And if you look down that way, you'll see the dam and the lock, and all of the amenities that they have. They've got the campground down there. They've got a lot of things that you can do right here in Smith County.
Yes.
And this lake is one of the finest in the country, and it's a lake between two lakes. It's between Dale Hollow and Percy Priest, so to speak, because it's on the Cumberland River. It's a Cumberland River lake.
Yeah, and you know what's so neat is just the first place that I was ever brought to when I came to Smith County in 1983 was this overlook. It is one of the prettiest places to me. If you can climb up here, you know, it's a pretty hefty little climb, but I'm telling you, it's beautiful. Somebody even said something about having a wedding up here, and you know, it would be a beautiful place. Just pick warmer weather, but anyway, my hands are cold. Are yours?
Yeah, well, yeah, it's a little cool up here right now, but the Corps keeps this nice. And by the
Yes,
way,
they do.
I appreciate the Corps of Engineers
Yes.
and what they do, and you guys out there that work for them, we appreciate what you do to keep all this in the shape that it's in. And this looks really good up here. It's clean and well kept, and I know they really work hard at it.
You know, the road right out here from the overlook, Turkey Creek Road, where you turn off to go to the dam, that visitor center is one of the prettiest visitor centers. If you haven't been there before, you know, it was damaged. They had to rebuild it during
They
a storm a few
actually
years
had
ago.
a fire, and it burned the entire building down, and they reconstructed the building, and it's really nice.
Did you know
And-
you can get on a bicycle in there and make a light bulb burn?
Oh, really? No, I hadn't seen that one.
I just thought that was cool. I had to do that, you know me. But they have so many neat things. The nice folks down there, they'll be glad to do a little tour of the area. And it's not only a pretty spot, but also right down from there is a little walking area and a playground for the kids. So, and a picnic area. And I don't know if you can still walk down to the dam or not. We used to run down there a lot, but beautiful place. And then when you come all the way around this way and go to the lake at Defeated Creek, that is one of the most sought-after campgrounds, I understand, in the state of Tennessee.
Oh, yeah. There's I was told 1.5 million people visit this lake every year. Now, that's visits. So when you think about that, think about the economy that it brings in. People, sometimes they look at tourism as, well, I don't know about that. But tourism actually brings real dollars in.
That's exactly
And
right.
it's a good thing. And we've got these lakes here to try to do that. Right down at the bottom of the hill from where we are, we're at the overlook here. Right down at the bottom of the hill is the beginning of the Bear Walla Gap Trail, hiking trail. And last weekend we took the leadership, and she's laughing because I walked the 5.5 miles with them.
That's better than I would probably do.
The leadership group came, and Mayor Nesbitt, he led the group, and we walked the entire length of it, and it's a good hike. And it's a beautiful hike, and it was very enjoyable. And there's some takeout points. If you get to where you can't make it, there's some takeout points to where you can actually stop. But it's a really good hike. And when you get down to the bottom of the Bear Walla Gap Trail, you're at the marina, and there's a restaurant down there,
wow.
so you can have a meal, and if you like to. And then also, at the end of that trail is what they call the Bear Wheels Trail.
Bear Wheels.
Yeah, and what it is basically it's a bike trail that they've constructed, and you can go around that trail and ride your mountain bike. So there's a lot of things going on that you can get involved in right here in Smith County, and we'll be telling you about some of these things. But as you're looking around at the video that they're going to show, this is a beautiful lake and a beautiful spot up here. We live in a beautiful place, and we hope you'll just take the time to look around Smith County and see what there is to do.
It really is a beautiful place. I'm so proud to be able to work here all these years and to serve the people of Smith County. And we're so glad to be with you today. Have we got anything else we need to talk about? today?
Well, there's a few things. One thing that I would like to mention, if you want to know about these trails or anything that's going on in the county, stop by the Chamber of Commerce. We're right there on Upper Ferry Road as you're going into the main part of town, and we've got brochures, maps, we've got just about anything that you can think of that'll help you figure out where some of these places are. Also, I wanted to go back and mention about the open house. A lot of folks are participating in that, and they're not necessarily all in the town of Carthage. There's some
true.
out.
Yeah.
And right now, I'm just going to give you the list that we've got to date, and there will be more people participating in this. DJ's Prime Shine, DT McCall's, Sheila.
Sheila's Main Street Florist.
Yeah, and Walton Hotel. I'm not sure if the Walton's going to be open or not, but I know they are open for business. If you've got somebody coming into town, they need a place to stay. The Walton Hotel is open for that. The Help Center is going to be open. Kim's Frame and Art, Step into the Past, Butler's Unclaimed Treasures. Citizens Bank opens their bank up, and they open their lobby up, and they let several people set up in there.
Like
and
vendors?
Yeah, vendors, and they're able to go in. And so there'll be several people in there, and I don't have the list at this point in time. Smith County Hardware will be open, and A Cut Above will be open, and they always put on a good, venue, good show,
Yes, they do.
whatever you want to say. Smith County Heritage Museum is going to be open, and they're going to have refreshments and door prizes, and they've got their new stage that they've built, and they're going to be showing that off and having some entertainment in there. D&D Shoes, I think it's in Dixon Springs Highway, Heartland Real Estate, Poindexter. There's a PJ's New and Used thrift store.
And that's right across from D&D Boot and Shoes.
Right.
Yeah, I get all my shoes just about from there.
Yeah, and then the Timberloft is going to be open, and then there's several places in Gordonsville that'll be open. I think I'm not sure. I haven't talked to Pleasant Shade, the restaurant up there, but I think
They will probably be open, I
they
would
probably
say.
will be. And there are other folks, and you can look the list up, and we're going to put some ads in the paper and let you know. And go by and get one of those booster tickets, because who knows, you might win some money.
Now, wait a minute. They have to spend at least $5. They get a ticket. Is that right?
That's the way it works. Is you spend $5, and every time you spend at least $5, they'll give you a booster ticket, and then you take that booster ticket and bring it to the open
Courthouse.
house at the courthouse, and there'll be a drawing later for some prize cash money.
So, if you want to win some money to spend for Christmas, or maybe just to buy something for yourself, you definitely want to participate in the open houses that are happening all over the Smith County, actually. And last year, I went to a bunch of those, and oh my gosh, I learned so much about these places that I didn't even know about. And we actually have some pretty neat shops. I didn't
yeah.
realize it, you know.
And so it's a good place to be. And shop with our chamber members. Walmart's a chamber member. A lot of these guys that are chamber members here, they have a lot of good things for Christmas, and you need to go by and look at that. Okay, we just wanted to kind of wrap up a little bit here and tell you about what's going on in Granville, Tennessee. And Granville's got a lot going on. If you're watching this and it's not November the 10th, then they've got some things going on at Sutton's General Store, and that's going to be going on from like from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. on the 8th, 9th, and let's see, from 12 noon to 3 p.m. on Sunday, November the 10th. They've also got a holiday lunch buffet on the 11th. And you can get this information off of our website, or you can go to the Granville website and do that. They're having Christmas parties at the Sutton store, and you can make reservations by calling 931-653-4151, and they've got rooms that seat up to 50 people. So they're doing that. December 5th and 6th, they've got day performance. The Sutton store players are going to be doing No, I'm sorry, it's not Mary, it's Mayberry Blue Christmas. So come and enjoy that. And some of the local folks there in Smith County actually are participants in this, and it's quite enjoyable. Then on December the 7th, December the 14th, the 21st, and the 28th, the Sutton Old Time Music Hour Christmas special starts at 6 p.m., and they're taping for the radio at 7. So if you want to be there, and I think dinner is at 5 and 6:30, and it's a Christmas Southern style dinner, and of course it's reserved seating, and dinner and bluegrass all for $15 a person. So that's a pretty good meal and some entertainment for a pretty good price. Victorian Christmas is December the 14th, and that's Christmas musical, antique toy show, story of Christmas trees, a taste of Granville, storytelling, and Sutton Homestead. And then the Sutton Homestead Victorian Christmas, and it runs all the way through from November the 6th until December the 28th, and that's Wednesday through Saturday, 12 noon to 3 p.m. So they've got a lot going on over there at Granville, and we've got a lot going on in Smith County, Tennessee. So you come by and you see us and you visit with us, and don't forget, it's Christmas, and it's a time to be with your family and your loved ones and really enjoy life, because life is good. And we need to remember that every once in a while, and Christmas is a good time to do that. So tell somebody Merry Christmas, tell them you love them, and if you don't have anything else to do, you can walk up the ramp here at the Overlook and come and look at the beautiful view, because I'll tell you what, it is a great thing. Even in December when it's cold, it's still a good walk. So we'll see you next time, and we hope you enjoyed this segment of our show.